everyone, I'm in Microsoft Flight Simulator and today I want to talk about a special showcase camera mode that enables you to get lots of cool looking shots. So you're probably aware on the Xbox Series X you've got this view and you've got this view. But if you hit the left stick on the top, press it down so you get the little menu icon, what you've got here on the camera views is if you go here, there's one called Showcase. And this one, my friends, is really cool. So let me show you what it does, right? So I've got this on. Okay, if I hit the left stick away from there, looky what I got here. I've got this ability to move the camera around where I want. Now by default it's really slow, but don't worry about that, we can speed it up. So go here, so I hit the left stick again, so I've kept the camera on and I can up the speed. So if you bang it up to say, I don't know, about 30 odd, hit the left stick again, look, woof, away we go, nice and quick. Now the cool thing is you don't have to stay around your plane. You can go exploring like this. Check this out. Now, you're probably thinking, that's really annoying, that little thing in front of me, that little sort of setting menu. So you can get rid of that. So you hit the left stick again and just cross it off. And it'll still remember that you're in this camera mode. And I've also got active pause on, so nothing's going to crash or anything while I'm off exploring the world. So how am I moving around? Well, left stick moves the camera. So up, down, left, right, does those movements. I can rotate around using the right stick like we see here, and if I want to go down low I hold the left trigger, or the right trigger makes me go up high. So of course combining those together you can get some rather cool pans and moves and stuff like that. There's also a couple of other modes. If you have the R button and the left button, so LB, RB, which are the top two bumpers on the top of your controller, they will rotate the camera like so, or adjust the tilt. And if, did I do that right? Yeah, if you hit the two of them, it seems to reset it. You just double check that. Yes, it does. Which is pretty cool. Now, of course, as you're off exploring around the world, you may lose where on earth things were in the first place. But let me talk about a couple of other things just before we go back. So you see at the minute, I've still got this camera thing here, which is a bit annoying if I wanted to take a cool picture or I want to record some of this. So I've hit the left stick again. If I hit the cross, it will get rid of that entirely. Let's hit the left button again. And the last thing that you'll see, you've got that annoying arrow which is in the way. So if you just stop moving for a minute, hit down on your controller, it should disappear. There we go, it's gone. And now as I hit away, I say down on the controller, I meant D-pad down. So if you hit the down on the D-pad, that goes away. And then you can take all sorts of nice cool pictures or animations or whatever. So yeah, this is the showcase camera, the little drone that comes with it, and it's pretty cool. Now, I just so happen to remember that my plane is back over there. You can probably see it in the distance. But there is another way of getting to it. So if we hit the left stick again and go find the camera here, what you can do is go reset position, and it'll chuck it back where it was behind the plane. So there's also modes that you can use for this. So if you're actually flying around, you can have it in follow mode, you can lock it, you can do things like adjust the zoom level, the drone speed, that sort of stuff. So if I actually got the plane flying, we can do the same sort of thing. So we can use this mode here, and there's also some fixed camera default ones that you can select here. So we've got external 1, external 3, external 4, so you can go for any of these. So you can get some cool looking angles from here if you so wish. But I do like that one that we had before that was you know, like the sort of free position. So if you've gone to one of these, like, whoops, go back, and then you want to go back to sort of moving around, you should be able to do that. Let's just click off. Does it allow you? No, that one's locked. So let's go reset position. If I get it to go back. Showcase. Reset position. External 8, 9, blah, blah, blah. Ah, there we go. We've got right stick up here. And then you go back to the free camera here. And camera drone. So you've got to make sure that one's active if you want to fly around. And then left click out of it and then you can fly around again. So left stick there. And that's really the main thing I wanted to show you in this, but if you're still interested and keep watching, let's take off with the plane and see what happens. So I'm going to go to a different camera view here, and we'll just get the plane going, and then we'll see how this drone then affects. So I'll just whap up the engines, remove the brake. Oops, there we go. So you can see what I'm doing here, I'm using the D-pad to flick between here. We're just going to let the speed go up before we go check out that camera angle. That's pretty cool. Because the problem here is you've got all of the controls going on here. And of course I might crash the plane. That's quite possible as well. But let's see whether I can do this here. Let's see if I can fly up. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go up. Come on. Better change the angle. Let's see. Go up. Why are we not going up? There we go. Right, up we go. Don't crash the plane now. No, don't crash the plane. That would be bad. So you can see I've got to try and... it's quite weird flying the plane from this angle. And then what I want to do is when we're here, so I've got the autopilot taken on, I just want to pause it and talk about those modes again. So if we go back to the camera, and we'll go back to the camera drone, there we go, we'll get that out of the way. And then kind of what you've got here is a, oops, let's come up for there, the ability to move around, and then you can do like a cool looking action shot. So let's see if we can get use our controls to get something that looks quite cool. Takeoff. Maybe I'll use that for the picture for this thumbnail. It's looking quite cool, isn't it? Maybe we do a bit of tilt. Maybe the other way. But this is how people get these cool pictures for their thumbnails or whatever. It's quite cool. What do you think of that? I'm thinking of how I put the logo at the top left. Yeah, there we go. And then see I've still got that little icon at the top, so I just hit the down button to get rid of that. Job done. There's my nice still. Maybe I want to tilt it just a little bit more. Like that. Oops, not that way. Let's get it just nice. Super. And there we go. So hopefully that was useful to you. And then obviously if you then want to go back to the normal cameras, you know how to do that. You can see there's a bit of movement going on. I don't know if that's showing up on the movie because this is called active pause. So the game's sort of in transition a little bit. So things still move around. And if you go into your various controls, so if you hit your menu button, if there's things on the screen that you don't like, you could try going into assistance options. And then turning things off. So for example, if you've got points of interest on, so by standard, if I have it on here, just to show you, let's jump back out. You can see I've got all these annoying things in the background. So if I go back in there, the way I got them off is I set it to hard here. But if you click on it, hit the A, you can turn off or on anything that you want in particular. So all of that sort of stuff's there. The other thing that you might be interested in is if you have a little look in the general options, you do have some control over if you see things like cars driving around or something, you can click into them here and reduce the density of these things. So if you lower the the road vehicles to 0, then you shouldn't see cars and stuff driving along, or if you turn it on, you'll see them driving along even in the pause or active pause mode. But hopefully that gives you some ideas. I'm sure there's various other things you can do in here. Just have a little look, see if there's anything else interesting. Camera mode, maybe. So yeah, different ways of accessing stuff and all sorts of stuff. So that's one I wanted to show you. If you want to turn off your HUD stuff when you're in a particular view, like the chase camera, you can do that there. But I think the drone camera is really cool how you can move around. I hope that was useful to you. If it was, thumbs up, much appreciated. Have a look at the rest of my channel for some other useful tutorials for Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Thanks so much.